Hello and welcome to J.P. Moery's Association Hustle Podcast. President of the Moery Company, JP's mission is to arm today's associations with insight and strategy to thrive in a progressively complex and competitive business landscape. 21st century associations must move forward with a little bit of hustle and revenue development at their core. Here's JP.
I'm going to do a little bit of a combo. First, I'm going to talk about some internal developments that I've observed over the last several weeks, and then I'll talk about membership recruitment. Your business, whether it's an association or a business that's serving association, is likely in a very different place than it was 1 year ago today. You're likely working remotely. If you're an association, your business model has been disrupted, probably in your non-dues revenue areas in particular. Membership renewals, probably a guessing game for 2021. Not sure how they're going to come in. The same cadence, different percentage of members renewing than previously did. A lot of unknowns there. Recruitment will be a battle as we're competing for discretionary budgets within our companies that we're trying to bring on board. So with all that happening in the business side, here's my advice. Now is the perfect time to ask your employees about culture. You might be grinding out so hard you've forgotten to ask them how they're doing. They're working by themselves. They're not together to pass on stories. They might feel like they're out on an island and you've left them out there because you're so focused on keeping the business operation afloat, changing, adding new programs, switching to virtual, all these things, and you haven't thought about the people. Recently, my team participated in a study with Heidrick and Struggles. It was an eye-opener for me as a leader. Here's what I learned. First, the fact that we asked them about how they're doing and what the culture was like had benefits to it in itself. Secondly, the importance of trust, honesty, and integrity with each other and clients was our highest rated area. And frankly, that's great news because we put a lot of emphasis on that when we started the company 11 years ago. And frankly, if I go down with the ship and this company doesn't live another year, I'll know we did the right things the right way by our team and our clients. Where did we rank the lowest? Well, it was diversity of opinions and thoughts and personal recognition. And they're right. In fact, I thought about this a little bit. I've been so proactive and assertive and making lots of decisions because I've seen organizations that are kind of paralyzed. I was frankly less collaborative. I wasn't asking them their views, wasn't getting their feedback. And that's a big damn mistake. I didn't even know it. So to respond, here's what we're doing. Having more discussion and inclusion on decisions we have to make about strategy and direction about the company. Sometimes it's just good to talk about the issues instead of the task and the project at hand. We were looking so much right out in front of us, we may be missing some big issues and big opportunities long term. Increased public recognition. I think folks are so thankful that they've got a job, that they're really grinding it out and focused on it, but they still need that feedback of, man, you're doing great work. So, more discussions right now, believe it or not, counterintuitive, about culture. Let me then switch to business for a moment, and that's where I want to talk about new member recruitment and payments. Fourth quarter for us has always been a fairly successful recruitment time. People have budgets. They kind of look at what's getting ready to happen. There may be elections coming up. They see a dynamic that's going to be different in terms of advocacy and regulation and things like that. So we're always getting a pretty good open door in the fourth quarter. So one of the most successful things that we've been able to do with a number of our clients is, and this isn't unusual or innovative necessarily, is 15 months of membership for 1 year of payment, starting in, let's say, the fourth quarter. Those have been really, really good deals for us. Let me give you some specifics on how it might work really well. Make the offer to companies demonstrating interest already, not a blanket discount. Go to those folks that have been kind of on the edge or really thinking about it to see if they're viable and if this 15 for 12 might tip them over. Secondly, if you make that 15 for 12 offer, get some of the money up front. Your word is your bond, and so is theirs. But to be honest with you, I need some cash to ensure you're going to hang around until the regular billing cycle begins next year in 2021, whether it's in January or July or whenever it is. The third thing is think about, for your suppliers, how you might add some incentive with little or no cost to the association and to the 15 for 12 deal. For example, a basic entry-level sponsorship, it doesn't cost you that much, but it might be a difference maker for them. Because after all, those suppliers, vendors, associates, allied members, they're probably joining because of the opportunity to sell and to develop new markets within your industry. Often, the fourth quarter is good for recruitment, and this year it may be absolutely essential for your business. So those are my 2 thoughts today: culture, membership, recruitment, and I hope that's successful for you. Thanks for listening. Can't wait to speak with you next week.
We hope you enjoyed this edition of J.P. Moery's Association Hustle Podcast. We'd love to connect with you. Check out our blogs at moerycompany.com and subscribe to our weekly newsletter. You can also connect with JP on LinkedIn and Twitter at JP Moery, as well as the Moery Company's Instagram and Facebook page. To purchase a copy of JP's book, Association Hustle, Top Strategies for Association Growth, go to jpmoery.com.